Do you also want to start a visionary company?
If yes, then you are on the right place. Because in this video, we are going to summarize Built to Last by James Collins. This book has 9 chapters which we are going to discuss. Number 1 is Clock Building, Not Time Telling. Author says that success does not come through a visionary idea, rather. A company should continuously grow, manage and adapt things. They should focus on organization design. There are many people sad because of company fails. They think that the only thing a company should work with is a great idea. But there are many big players like Ford and Sony. They just worked and keep making their product better and better, and now everyone knows about them. Many of these big companies started working in their home garage with under $1,000 in their pockets. It is true that garage gave rise to big visionary companies like Google and Amazon. So the lesson number 1 is, you don't need to have any investments in the beginning, you can just start with what you have. Lesson number 2 is, tyranny of the or and the genius of and. This means that the big companies work on finding an idea to make a product more accessible and cheaper. People think that they can achieve only one thing: either they can make their product cheaper or accessible, but the geniuses do the opposite. The third lesson is, more than profits, which means that a visionary company has visionary ideas to follow. Big companies like Google also have visionary goals where their 10% team is working on. This means that a company should be profitable, but it should also have some visionary goals like Google. Fourth lesson is, preserve the core and stimulate the process. This means that the secondary goals of a company can change, but the core goal is what the company should be following. A company should analyze its performance on the basis of how much they are near to that goal. Fifth lesson is that a visionary company has big audacious goals, which are not going to be done in the near future, but they are for making their company and the world future bright. Companies like Tesla have been working on these visionary projects to make the world future bright. These technologies are not going to be achieved in the near future, but they are still working hard on it. This is their big audacious goal that a company is following. Sixth important rule of a visionary company is that they choose people who work for their core ideology and see the vision as their company. They build a great working team, which follows the company dream. Seventh rule of a visionary company is that they try a lot of stuff. Surely, they fail in a lot of them, but those which work for them, they keep them. Big companies' team works on building a product which everyone likes. They try a lot of stuff and finalize the product, which seems excellent. Eighth lesson you can learn from a visionary company is that they build CEOs from within the company. Big companies like Microsoft, Apple and Google make CEOs from within the company. Ninth lesson of a visionary company is the end of the beginning. This means that companies such as Tesla always think of how they can make their product better and better. Now the lessons are ended, but there is something more in this book. The author has provided us with the myths of a startup. First myth is that they need a great idea to build a great company. Second is a visionary company requires a visionary leader. Third is that the visionary companies only think of making high profits. Fourth myth is that a visionary company share a common subset of correct core values. Fifth, the only constant is change. Sixth myth, blue chip companies play it safe. Seventh is that visionary companies are a great place to work for everyone. Eighth, visionary companies make their best moves by brilliant and complex strategic planning. Ninth, a company should hire external CEOs to stimulate fundamental change. 10th is that the most successful companies focus primarily on beating the competition. 11th is that you can't have your cake and eat it too. The last myth is that a company becomes visionary primarily through vision statements. So this was the summary of the book Built to Last. I hope that you have enjoyed watching the video and will definitely read the book after this. The author has provided us with examples of many great companies like Ford and Sony. So if you are a fan of these companies, then you should definitely read this book. I will provide the link to this book in the description so you can check it out.